Hi, hello, good day. How are you doing? This is a newspaper review on Niger Watch, and my name is Emma. It's good to have you on here. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to my Niger Watch family across the globe. It's a beautiful. Today's what? It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, and I hope that the sun is as bright as it is over here, over there. Thank you for being here. Please do well in the course of this broadcast. Please do well to like this broadcast, share, and invite someone onto the broadcast. And also on the comment section, the link has been posted. If you'd like to join the broadcast, if you would like to join the conversation, click on the link and come on into the studio. Let's talk about this. We'll be reviewing the so I was going to say we'll be reviewing the papers, but obviously that is why we are here. We are here to review the papers and see what's up in our country. Yes, we're here to review the papers. Even just joining us. If you're not just joining us, whatever it is, just please like this broadcast, okay? All right, today we are going to be very obedient, won't we? All right, thank you to each and every one of you on here already. A big shout out and salute to Mommy Diaspora. Beautiful morning, afternoon, or evening to you, dearest Mama. It's always a pleasure to spend the day with you. Thank you very much. And to us, Sagovo, my dearest friend, beautiful morning to you, sir. And it's good to have you on this broadcast. And of course, Lady Bella Naomi, how are you doing? Our one and only. Our one and only Naomi Bella. Beautiful morning to you and one love to you too. It's good to have you on this broadcast. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Naomi Bella. Mr. Makirabo. Okay, so someday I'm going to have to come here with my talking drum and blast some beats to my people or for my people. Thank you for being here, guys. Let's run into the papers already. Okay, so I tried to get four this morning. I couldn't. I was at the first station for hours and I was looking at the time. I just had to jet off. And we're having a huge problem with lights. I just feel that, if there is no power supply, at least let's have fuel, right? And if we are going to have this scarcity, let the power guys know that we cannot be kept in darkness. We shouldn't be kept in darkness. Yeah, we shouldn't be kept in darkness. We don't have to. So one or the other. We should have alternative as a country. How long everybody's working? So we are all going to sleep at the first station just so that we can move. Some people okay their cars. And then there is that. So you don't even want to know how I've been moving. You don't even want to know how I've been moving. I really tried. So we probably might have to run this broadcast mostly with our screen up because I have to be fanning myself every now and then. It's really hot. I'm really sweating and there's no light. Okay. And I wish that they will fix that. I wish that will be fixed. And we have four for 195. So the four stations are selling for 195 and the black market are selling for 300 per liter. Ha! Sure, we're not gonna start selling black markets for it like this. Then there is that, and there is the fear of going to buy from black market, and if it is adulterated, then you are doomed because it's just going to knock off whatever engine that you are using. So there's this fear of having to buy from black markets. So of course everybody just has to queue at the fuel station. All right, so that's as much. That's a little report I have for you this one. Oh, thank you, Mr. Makirabo. Mr. Makirabo, the way you papa, the way you don't even make me to talk two times for supporting. Thank you very much, Mr. Makirabo. Guys, please, it's. The adjective to use has even failed me. But please do well to support us, please. It goes a long way. I just had to share the ordeal I had to go through to try to get light and have a better broadcast. The things we do behind the scene that you don't get to see. So please take out time to support us. I know you guys do that a lot. Yeah, you guys do that a lot. But please don't get tired and don't stop, please. It's cost a lot to run this broadcast. Mr. Mark, God bless you so much. Thank you. All of our efforts will not be in vain. All of our efforts will not be in vain in Jesus' name. All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Naomi Bella. All I see is beautiful. Thank you very much. It's very good to have you on this broadcast. Big shout out to each and every one of you on here. Big shout out. Thank you very much. You watching, I see the numbers, and the numbers of the comment section does not tally. Come on, talk to me. Say something on the comment section. Please, thank you. Osage Daddy's in the building. Osage Daddy, how are you doing today? It's good to have you on the broadcast. Thank you for being here. Okay, let's go into the business of the day. All right, so our first paper for today is going to be, of course, I'll turn off my camera. Do you want me to be sweating on? Do you people want to watch me sweat? Let's save some dignity for our country. All right, let's go to Tribune. On Tribune, we have States in Distress, and that's by El Rufai. Okay, everybody seems to be complaining a lot these days. Let's see what is, let's see what he's up to. I mean, this is somebody that was saying all is well, the military are doing well, there is no need to give to license, to approve arms bearing for this state, the likes of Amotekun, Benue Corps, all of these people that are asking. The likes of El Rufai, has strongly said there is no need the military, and now El Rufai is crying wolf. He's crying wolf to us. Now he's saying state in distress. Bros, tell us something we don't know. And the next slide, we have a Madu's daughter appears in UK court accused of trafficking to harvest kidney for herself. Wahala. So now, how many people is in that I was going to ask the Madus, how many are they in their family? If it is not just this girl that they have, they had better tell those other people to find a way, because it looks like the UK is coming for each and every one of them. Atiku supporters attacked in Rivers. Here we have FIRS appoints MTN, Airtel, others to collect VAT. 119 days after Oyo Assembly seat vacant. EU allocates 500,000 euros to combat cholera in Nigeria. The money will be used for its purpose in Jesus' name. It's like we'll be adding prayer now to when we see some things, like we'll be adding prayer to it. Honestly, I mean, when you see all these things, let's send the fire of God to pursue to escort that money to where it rightly belongs. And any hand that tries to touch that money, yeah, it can never see. You won't understand that one. So let me leave it at that. Mr. Vi Maxwell, it is good to have you on the broadcast. Where have you been? Thank you so very much for being on this broadcast. It's good to have you here. All right, on flood, Niger Delta reps, Ijo elders, tackle minister. Bayelsa flood impacted 1.3 million persons. Oh dear, oh dear. Cost 96 deaths. Government says government says. Now let's go back to this story. Bayelsa flood impacted 1.3 million lives. Now, out of that 1.3, look at me analyzing this thing. Out of 1.3 million persons that the flood affected in Adodie, out of the 1.3 million persons that the flood affected in Niger Delta, they are coming out to tell us that it is only 96 people that died. So they are saying that the people in that area can swim. They are really good swimmers. That's believable, right? Okay, so let's take it with that. Let's run. Nema Digi blames states for poor response to disaster. And Nema Digi come out and call out the state governors for wrong. Well, not just the state governors, but the governors should man their state. They should be a man. They should be a man. The governors, the all governors of the 36 states, the all governors, they did nothing. Nothing. None of them, put their house in order. All of them don't chop them. And you people should vote wisely. We are having people that, oh dear, okay. We are having people in power that does not care. You've been having ecological fund every year, and now that you really need it, governor, we no see. Relief material, we no see. Northern farmers recount losses as food crisis looms. Northern farmers recount losses as food crisis looms. So when people say that we should go and farm or we should starve to death, where is he expecting us to go to Benin Republic and farm in Benin Republic, or it is still in this same Nigeria that farmers are recounting losses and food crisis is just on the all-time high? And President of the year. State of the East-West Road after flood. Oh, we don't have the picture there. That's the picture there, my good people. That's the picture. Oh, I hope you can zoom into it or you pick up a copy of Tribune today. State of East-West Road after flooding. All right. Here we have Ikoyi building collapse. Two remaining towers undergoing demolition. Abuja Kaduna rail services resume this month. All right. Bandits kidnap, kill Masari's chief cook, seven others in Zafara. Timothy Adegoke court adjourns case till December 1st and 2nd. Avoid conflicting judgments. Inec tells judiciary. Salary palaver. Federal government inaugurates joint committee to address IPP. Federal government inaugurates joint committee to address IPPIS. All right, so is there like a special package when they form committee? I want to know, because if there is one thing that this government are good at, it is forming committee upon committee upon committee, and everything is still dead end. Everything is still dead end with all of this committee. So federal government looking at the salary palaver. Now we are back to the ASU matter, like we never left. We are back to the ASU, and if care is not taken, we just might have the student coming back home. Now, those that rushed back to school and got kidnapped, thankfully, their parents or wards were able to come through with the ransom. Now, all of that was for what? If ASU is going to go on strike again and they get to come back home. And what's the safety? What's the guarantee that they will even return back to their bases, without to their base without, without being kidnapped? What are the chances? Having to ply the road and nothing happens. Let's go into the comment section and see what our people are saying on here. Okay, let's catch reactions. Let's see. Gabriel, Izogi, how are you doing? Good day to you, sir. It's good to have you on this broadcast. Mr. Vine Maxwell, it is always a pleasure to have you on here. Thank you very much. Yes. Okay, so Mr. Vine says, Ima, that money will be embezzled or swallowed by pythons. So don't trust Nigerian politicians. And that's why I say we should be putting in Jesus' name. Or when they say, I don't even know whether these people will start taking oaths. All the infrastructures that we are reading on paper, we are reading in paper. At the end of the day, nothing. We see nothing at the end of the day. With all of this, with the kind of money that we are owing these people, right? You would think that when you step into Nigeria, as you as you disembark from the aircraft, you think you are entering one small London, but nope. You will not say yes, you are back here. We have someone on here. How are you doing, sir? Mr. Yeah, Smiley too. Please unmute your mic. Your mic is mute. Your mic is on mute. Okay. Oh, I still cannot hear you. So it's not a mic thing. Okay, let's try again. Okay, all right. Aya. Please, can you? Yeah, okay. Please trying again. I'd like to have you on here. All right, we're catching reaction. So now, when we see all of this money, we will send the fire of the Most High God alongside with it. So that any hand that touches, we will see the person's hand burnt and say, okay, where is your hand burnt? Where are you coming from? You went to touch our money. Honestly, you see things like this. You see countries trying to help us, and the 500,000 euros, where is it going to go to? Who is it going to go to? How do we know when the money lands? And okay, it's going to be reported that Nigeria has received, or you see them taking picture. But then again, the money is used to fight cholera. Well, let's hope that it is done. Let's see what other story that we have here. Please, I'd like for you, please, if you are yet to like this broadcast, but that will not be affecting. I am sweating it out here, bringing the daily news to you. And all you have to do is to like and to support us by clicking on the dollar sign. And of course, be interested in this and share your submission and also a way out, your submission and the solution. Yes, let's try that. Let's try that. All right, please keep dropping, please. Okay, please keep dropping your submission. I will come back in a minute. So let's see what story we've not taken here before we move on to another story on here. Inec. Okay, so we have a story on Inec, but this is a different one. The CGN has come out to warn justices, judges on objection. So of course we are expecting that after the elections we'll be sleeping in courts back to back because we are expecting that this one wants to appeal the case, this one wants to take it to Supreme Court and all of that. The CGN has won justices and on judges on election petitions and tribunal. So let's see how far everybody seems to be putting their house in order. Let's see when that day comes or when that time comes, who truly, who truly has the best interest of Nigerians at heart or their pockets. Let's see how that goes. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Vine Maxwell. I see what you are doing down there. Please, as you are coming in, like and share. Thank you very much. God continue to bless you as you just I see amen to that. Thank you very much. All right, so it looks like us will be going back on strike. They had a very long meeting, a very long meeting. And do you think that federal government, all right? Do you think if ASU is going on strike, it's going to be justifiable, or do we now see what ASU has been fighting about? So I mean, now it's not a case of every year they are going on strike. Every year they are going on strike. Why after going on strike, the agreement that they come into with the federal government, does it get implemented? We've seen it in just a couple of days. We can now see that the federal government, they are not want to keep to their agreement. Well, at this point, you wonder what they are going through. You try to look at issues from their own perspective, but you go just weak because you cannot tell me that there is no money. There is no money, but they took loan, huge, and they're still taking loans to fix the country. So why is the country still like this? Why? And okay, let's be patient. The president has promised to give us, infrastructure, massive infrastructure, to leave behind huge infrastructure. So let's see what Bubu is up to. Bella Naomi says, all this money for me, all fake. Because at the end, nobody knows how it is spent. Even the ones that they donated for the floods, what have been done with it. Okay, so let me not even try to defend these people. Let's just move on to the next story. Oh, yes, we have the Madu's daughter. Okay, we took that story, have we? So she was taking, she had to appear in court on, Monday with her parents, with her mom. She's also being charged for human trafficking to bring it to on a deceptive note. I don't know why they are still holding on to it being on a deceptive note. The young man knew what he was going for. Well, this Ekeredumadu case, we are seeing what I don't pass Gary. As it is, please, if you are offended that I am laughing, well, apologies. As it is like this, Nigerians don't wash their hand come out to Ekoremad, what you carry enter UK because this one there, if you don't pass, what we say if the doctor has now been involved. Also, the doctor, the Nigerian doctor, Dr. Obina by name, a 50-year-old. Ekoremadu is in this. Ekoremadu is about 60. His wife is 56, and know they're all in this mess. And the daughter, the ailing daughter, the one that needs the transplant, she has also been summoned on the charges of the same thing that her father was on, human trafficking. Let's see. The case is getting bigger and bigger. Let's see how that goes. Honestly, at this point, there, if I had anything, if my name was something, if my name was something Ikore Madam Mabase, I would have gone to change it at this point. If I was related to them, I'd have gone to change it. I beg. Make water no come past Gary. Charles Duru says we have become a basket case. That's very degrading. That's actually very degrading. But then again, we go blame them. We go blame the people who turn us to basket case. All right, let's see what other people that we have on here. Please do also know that this newspaper review today, I am catching reactions on. Well, if you want to talk by typing, it's fine. But just so you know, you can either drop your submissions on the comment section, or you can click on the link and come on into the studio. Let's have a conversation. Samuel Olaka, how are you doing? Good day to you, sir. Says in Nigeria, he who steals the most and embezzles the most is the best candidate to be the presidential candidate of some parties you know of. So committees are just overused for embezzlement. That's why nothing comes out of it, right? That's obvious. That's why nothing comes out of it. Okay, let's move on to another story. Oh, another paper. Let's take the punch now. All right, on the punch we have 2023 elections. INEC laments tough times. INEC, I beg you, we don't want to hear story. Oh. Flood overruns 20 INEC buildings. Chairman seeks new offices. Agencies grapples with 600 cases in court. Wants new equipment. Is it? So this is what is this? This is November, December, January, February. So I can't even say we have 3 months. We have 2 months thereabout until the elections, and INEC 6 new offices, 20 new offices that has been overrun by flood, and they also seek and they also want new equipment. I don't know what should all of these things not be in place already. Okay. All right, so that's the news on here. I mean, that's the news on here. INEC offices, about 20 of the INEC buildings has been overrun by flood, has been destroyed by flood. They seek new offices, so that's 20, and of course, they also want new equipment. Of course, the buildings were not empty. The buildings were not empty, so you see this flood that they refuse to do something about. They got the warning now. All of this money, how are they going to? So this cost is going to be on us because the governors or the representatives of states refuse to do the needful. Now all of this would be on us. So what happens to the governors that that did not put their house? I mean, we should be asking these questions. What happens to the governors that did not put their house in order and we are made to suffer for this? People are losing things. There should be penalty for this. People should not have to lose things because of the carelessness of some person, some group of greedy people. That's not fair on the people. Should we be expecting? Oh, they'll say it's natural disaster, but something could have been done. It shouldn't have to destroy things this much. We read that in Niger Delta, 1.3%. The flood has wrecked rendered 1.3 persons homeless and 96 deaths. So for Niger Delta, only 96 people no fit swim. We make them die from flood. Okay, but let's just believe that story. The flood is doing a whole lot of damage, but I think that we should hold accountable. We should hold the governors that has not done anything about their states. I think we should hold them accountable for the losses. How are people going to get back on their feet? Should we expect the government to give people some kind of, help people to get back on their feet? Should we be expecting that? All right, these are the questions and many much more that that I ask myself when I watch the news and I see what people are going through, how people would have to start all over again. Where do they start from? How do they start? I mean, people are trying to even eat, and now that is happening. Okay, let's continue with the punch. And just above the nameplates, we have Buhari seeks G7 support on COP27. Terror, UK wants citizens to avoid 22 states. Haba, 22 states. Bauchi governor demands Atiku apology. Why North is wrong about restructuring, and that's from Ezefe. Suspense as ASU ESCO meeting runs into midnight. Real suspense, so because we don't know where we are right now. We don't know what's happening right now. If we should start telling them come back home or they should stay in school. Then we have low enrollment, migration, flooding hurts Ogun village schools. LASTMA can't arrest motorists on roads without signs. Hey, this is good news for Nigerians. Oh dear, please, this is about a good time to share this broadcast, share and invite someone onto the broadcast. This message has to go around to everybody living and driving in Nigeria. LASTMA can't arrest motorists on roads without signs, and we know that 90%, yes, now 90% of the time that this happens there are no signs, and the amazing thing is the officer is right there looking at you, waiting for you to take that corner, waiting for you to take that wrong road so that they will just jump on you. Honestly, they act like, even if these are foreigners, must we be like that? The orientation, I think the orientation they give to all of them. I mean, we've heard from the other one that was taking relieved of his job was because he said now your guy give them targets on number of vehicles to arrest and the amount to bring per day. That's why that was, that's why they do that. And now this here, you cannot arrest anybody without sign, and that's good news. I think every Nigerian should photocopy this, laminate it, and paste it on their car. This will be good news. This will really be good news. And day 138, daughter in court, Ekore Madu still in prison. And honestly, Nigerians do not give a two. And of course, who's going to blame Nigerians for giving a two on why they are not talking or clamoring that Ekure Madu should be freed, or what, when this came out in the news that the daughter got involved. And see, some Nigerians, oh no, okay, let's just leave the reaction of Nigerians. I'm sure even you have your own reaction. Good morning to you too, Mr. Wilfred. Thank you for being here. It's a beautiful day and I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. All right, UK has warned their citizens to avoid 22 states. But there's another publication coming out. There was a breaking news saying that they are not advising anybody to live anywhere, that they've done that once. They won't, they're not interfering in what is happening. And Nigerians are a bit divided over this. They are telling the international bodies to stay off, that they don't even trust these international bodies. So they leave Abuja, tomorrow leave there, and they're saying why are they in everywhere? Nigerians, just people are protecting their borders, and especially with the elections, people also are saying we don't want foreign bodies, that these are the same people that has brought or kept APC and PDP in power. So we don't even want them here. Let all of them just go to their, let's concentrate on our election. Let's take care of ourselves. We shouldn't wait for somebody to be giving us it, that they should not give us anymore. Do you also think that the international bodies are trying to put fear or trying to divide us, using one of our weaknesses, which is insecurity? Do you think so? Do you think so? You think this is just an alert that they are giving to their own citizens? All right. And yes. Okay. That's as much as we have here. That's as much as we have here. Let's see. Okay, we'll move to the last paper for the day. If you're just joining us, okay, welcome. But please do also like this broadcast, share, invite someone, and also show some love by supporting us by clicking on the dollar sign on the right. To the right on the comment section. Thank you very much. On Daily Trust, we have here Kwankwaso joins Obi on dialogue as Tinubu Atiku unveil strategies. Salary, Bajamiala says FG acted on law as ASU holds emergency meeting. Okay. Nigeria's Eurobond prices rebound in fresh week. Abuja Kaduna train service to resume this month. Are we ready? Are people not still traumatized from all that? But then again, we need to start making our money. We need to start paying debt and all that. So maybe this is a good move maybe this is a good move. All options open to Asiwaju, and that's from Keyamo before Uncle. Atanuje. I will tackle agitations with government of national unity. And that's former VP. It's campaign gimmick, retired military officer. Don't negotiate with terrorists, ex-AIG. All right, and here we have two TikTokers back 20 lashes. That's 20 strokes of cane. To clean toilets for posting Gadujay's sleeps a lot. Okay, so because they said they made a skit or a TikTok video about their governor Ganduje, and saying that he sleeps a lot, and that has landed them 20 lashes, 20 strokes of cane, and to clean toilets for 30 days. NCC targets more after earning 220 billion naira from 5G auction. Several killed as army youths clash in Imo. CGN to judges, don't betray Nigerians' trust on 2023 election matters. We are battling 600 pre-election cases, Inec. All right, what story do we have here to take? We've taken, so Gbajabiamila has come out to say that federal government acted on law as ASU holds emergency meeting, and that has met with lots of backlash and say, you guys, what do you do? But don't you get paid? They say you guys go there to sleep. That the house is mostly empty, but they still get paid. So what do you mean by ASU? Is not they're following law, so they don't get to pay these ones, but they get to pay every other. They get to pay. I mean, using them as an example, if Bajamiela is going, say even you in that house that you are. So do we pay you to sleep because a good number of you people are there to sleep, and a greater percent of you people are not even there, but you still get paid and nobody says nothing about that. So, and why is Conwa the other the rivalry group of ASU? That's what they are, or that's who they are. The rivalry group of ASU are those ones they begin process, or they've commenced payment of those ones salary. That's the 8 month salary that they are not paying these other people. They are paying Conwa. If you remember, Conwa is the other group that was registered during the whole ASU strike. Now they're paying those ones, but they're not paying us, and they're saying that they were following protocol from the federal government and all of that. Of course, Nigerians are not even having that, and they're saying that they should pay. They should pay these people. And do you think that the Abuja Kaduna train resumption is coming too soon, or is it insensitive of the government, or should we be having conversations like what measures have they put in place to be sure that history does not repeat itself? But if there is something I have seen, or it's like a trademark to these people, it's like they're just creating more business opportunities. And Nigerians, are they ready to take train rides? Will Nigerians be taking train rides? Let's see how that goes. The barrister, yes, good morning to you too. Thank you for being here. Yes, I am good today. Thank you very much, the barrister. Esosa, it's good to have you on here. Thank you very much. Says international bodies have been interfering. For those educated, know that very well. Okay, yes, we know that already. But in line with what Nigerians are saying, should they continue? We say that they should leave our country so that we can rebuild ourselves. The Nigerians say they don't trust be UK, be America. They don't trust neither of them at this point. They want to be able to do these things themselves. And they've also said they shouldn't issue a security alert anymore. That is causing divide and chaos in our country. All right. Samuel Olaka says, I support the motion that the international body should not interfere in our issues. The security alert is just pretense to show concern. Meanwhile, behind the scene, they support insecurity in Nigeria. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you for that submission. Let's move on here. Well, let's see what story we are yet to take. So the two young boys, they kind of let's take this. This is the Kano State. Please excuse me. Okay, this is from Mr. Kennedy. Says, Mr. Kennedy, come and laugh that way on the broadcast. I don't know how to laugh that way. Says making skit about okay, I can laugh that way. I see why you're laughing. Making skit about Gandu dollar attracts repunishment. Repugnant and reprehensible punishments now what for Niger. All right. All right, see why you're laughing. Okay, so let's take the story. Kano State Magistrate Court presided over by Aminu Mohammed Gabari on Monday, November 7th, 2022, ordered 40 lashes be administered on two skit makers, Mubarak Isa Mohammed and Nafix Mohammed Bala, for defaming the character of Governor Ganduje on their TikTok accounts. Okay. The court also ordered the duo to sweep and wash the toilets of No Man's Land Magistrative Court premises for 30 days. They will receive 20 lashes each to be administered in the public. They should also sweep and wash the toilets of Justice Aloma Mukhtar Court complex in the No Man's Land. All right, they've been found guilty. Okay, they had pleaded guilty to a 2-count charge of defamation and inciting public disturbance slammed against them. The first information reports indicated that the duo posted on their TikTok account that Ganduje does not see a land without selling it and he sleeps a lot. This is what these young boys said in their skits that made them to warrant this kind of corporal punishment. Abi, is it not corporal punishment that this is called? I thought they say freedom of speech is allowed in Nigeria. So is it a case of not having, is it a case of not having, is it a case of not having a good lawyer? And maybe they should even investigate it. Does it, Ganduje, do you sleep a lot or not? I mean, if they lied on you, just say they lied on you. Do you still land on Ganduje, so no be only dollar you dey put for back pocket. Do you Mr. Kennedy say even the judge is mentally sick? This is what is happening. Do you fight this government? How do you fight? We are going to talk about them not having good lawyers, but how do you fight the government? How do you fight this same Ganduje that we saw, all of us saw him collecting Atenuje and putting in his pockets? But yes, what happened? He's still the sitting governor. He's still there as a governor. Is it this one that you want to go and fight? Oppressing the people. Can you imagine? Oh, and they also have to pay a fine of 10,000 naira each. Oh. All right, Mr. Kingsley say, was he the only man answering the name? The young men should have said they are referring to another person who answers same names. Simple. Okay, we are catching reactions to this. Is this justifiable? I know we talked about this Gen Z, not giving a two, being rude, and throwing all caution to the wind, and saying everything, not being away from their camera. They think everything should go on the gram and all of that. But does this offense the act? That's what the young boys did, and the punishment. I don't understand it. And is it far from the truth? This is from. I mean, the court will sentence these young boys to this punishment. But the person in question, is he corrupt or not? Does he steal land or not? Does he sleep a lot or not? Look at these people saying their governor sleeps a lot, and this is the same one that they will pay how many millions at the end of the month. These are the ones that they will pay how much at the end of the month. Well, these boys have had to pay. They'll be paying, or they'll be using them as a scapegoat to silence every other person who would want to call out, ills of the land that is not happening. Right. All right. Then they said that I want to explain the video very well because I can't play it on here. I don't have the video to play it on here. So he said. He then administered a non-custodial terms against the convicts. Non-custodial terms against the convicts. Consequently, he ordered the convicts to make a video on social media tendering an apology to Ganduje. Abeg, should our governors not be the one apologizing to us? Should the imagine what the court is doing? Should are they not the ones that should be apologizing? I mean, the Inec are needing 20 new buildings, and of course new equipment. All those buildings were not empty. They need new equipment, because the flood has destroyed everything. And let's look at other people whose houses, farmlands. Nigerians are suffering twice as much because of the flood, and no governor or even the president has even come to apologize to us, the people of Nigerians. Look at the injustice that is happening to these two young, and you say if these ones have the opportunity to jackpot, they will not jackpot, abi? And this brings me to this submission. Mr. Kingsley says the North have different laws if compared with the southern states. One country governed by two laws. How are we supposed to cohabit? How are we supposed to cohabitate? How are we supposed to cohabitate when we don't have the same laws guiding us? To my amazing panelists, thank you for being here. You watching me, thank you for being here. I hope you've taken out time to like this broadcast. If you haven't, please do so now. And do well to support us by clicking on the dollar sign to the right on the comment section. And to those that has done so far, thank you so very much. God bless you. Thank you. All right, Brother Nice, how are you doing today, Brother Nice? It's good to have you on the broadcast.
Yeah, good morning, Miss Ima. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, morning to all the panelists and people in the comment section. Yeah, I heard all your broadcasts. Uh, about Ganduji. His name is I think his guy's name is Gandola. You know, so that is his real name, Gandola. It's not Ganduji. That man has been a corrupt governor, and nobody questioned him. Now people, those kids came out to say the truth, and the government don't want to hear the truth. You know, this man steal people's land, sleep a lot, all everything they accuse him of. That is what that man represents. You know, so the reason why they sanction those kids is because in the northern part of Nigeria they are still using Sharia law. You understand? It's different. The law they are using in the northern part of Nigeria is outside of our constitution. So that is the reason why. If they are not judging those kids with that this thing Sharia law, I don't think there's any case there.
No, this wasn't even at the Sharia court. This was at the magistrate court. I think
That,
you know how people say that they subdue their people and they don't want them to have a voice of their
that's
own.
what
This claim, because I know no Northerner would want to try this, speak
I'm.
because they said some demi things. They said they really called out the man, or stylishly they said he is someone that sells every available plot of land, piece of land in that state. And if he doesn't sell it now, either he sells everything and keeps the money, or he sells it and he takes a portion or a bit from it while you take the rest, or he takes the land for himself and he sleeps a lot. This is what his people are saying. So imagine if the Northerners are ready to be calling out their governors or their leaders for not doing right. It will make a whole lot of them sit up. But if this was supposed to be the beginning, look at how they've silenced this guy and every other one out there.
Yeah,
But a nice
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. You know, they silence their people. They don't want them to criticize them. If you criticize them, they use the harm of law on you. Even that this thing that you are saying, that court that you are talking about, they are still using Sharia law in that same court. As far as is that court is in the north, the people that is there, if you still go there and check the judge is still going to be Fulani judge. You know, so even though they call it a just civil court, the decision they take there is still Islamic decisions. You understand? So their mentality, nothing will change. Their name might change, but their mentality and their idea can never change. These people that have this thing, a Sharia this thing, ideas, their name must be changed, but their idea can never change. You understand? Anything they do, they will still this thing apply that Sharia law. You understand? So that is what you need to understand. The northern part of Nigeria, eh, it's like when you are there, it's like you are in Islamic country. I told you before. You know, all of them have the same idea of that Sharia, this thing. They have it. So if it's a place where a democracy, where they respect democracy, a country like this place, all those children, you cannot touch them. You cannot touch them. If you take them to court, the judge will release them. It will tell you that they have is the freedom of speech, that they have the right to criticize anybody. So that is just the truth. And the last man that you were talking about, you see all those last man, is the most useless set of people that I've ever seen in Nigeria. Last men. I always feel like slapping those people anytime they jump into my car when I was in Nigeria. I never see where this last men will be behaving like Agbero. Somebody will just, a car that is not stop, they will just run. They will just open the car. They will just jump inside. They will be struggling your this thing, this thing, steering with you. On driveway, they will be dragging steering with you. Ah no, last man. When you call their name just now, it reminds me of all the altercation that I have with these people when I was in Nigeria. Last man, the people were useless past last man. I never see them. Last man and police, not good there. Because of 20 naira, these people, they are ready to sacrifice their life. Police in Nigeria and last man. Easy. No, that country, I tell you before that, they need to tear that country down and reconstruct that country. Because everything is just jaga jaga. That country. They don't know what is decency. They don't know how to. Okay, imagine people that is in uniform. A government, people that is under government, they are behaving like rascals. Imagine ordinary people on the street. Last man go carry stick, they beat human being like animal. They go jump inside person car when car still dey on drive. Hiji, go dey drag steering with somebody because of 20 naira. No, me see my that country, if you say more will continue with the problem of that country, first if he see himself for hospital. Let me leave it right here. I will come back again. Thank you.
All right, brother Nice. Thank you very much for your submission. Mr. Machiavelli, how are you doing today? Good day to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Mrs. Eman. Good morning to everybody on the panel. Good morning to the concerned citizen. It's been a bit of a while. Sorry for me not being here. It was just due to some, technical issues. Let me put it like that. Well, first of all, I must greet all the concerned citizens around the globe.
Mr. Israel, my brother, good morning to you.
Yeah,
good morning to everyone right there. I needed to quickly come in here because I'm listening to everyone. I want to respond to my brother Nice. Ima, how are you? Good morning to you.
Mr. Niger, I'm doing fine. Good morning to you, sir.
Thank you very much. All right, my brother Nice. You see your last statement about last men, how they behave like animals, how they jump into people's cars, stop people, and all that. The car is still moving, and they jump inside and behave like untrained individuals. Yes, I support you on that. But if we have to look at it in a holistic way, what about the people that the last man or the police will stop and they will refuse to stop? You see, the problem in Nigeria is that it's not just the government. The problem in Nigeria is all of us, all of us. Let's start from those of us that live abroad. Okay? Those of us that live abroad, we follow all the rules in abroad. Like for me now, I'm in United Kingdom. I cannot dare drive in an area where they said you can only drive 30 miles per hour. I cannot drive 40 miles per hour. I have to follow because I know that I will lose the 3 points from my license, or probably I might lose the complete license if I beat the law. Okay, what happened when you get to Nigeria? The problem that we have, I'm talking about those of us that live abroad right now. The problem that most of us that live abroad have is that when we visit home, all that we have learned in diaspora, all those training, all those wonderful laws that have kept us in the cycle, when immediately we arrive at Munitala Mohammed Airport, we throw them away, or rather we lock them inside our luggages and start behaving like animals, like the people that reside back home. One, we don't respect the law anymore. We don't respect the police. We don't respect the immigration. We don't respect anything at all. Until after a month or two, you've spent in Nigeria, you've returned back to your base, then you open your luggage and wear the proper garment of following the law again and start following the law of the country where you reside. Now let's go back to the people that live back home. One, if police stop you and they want to be professional, they stop you, stop. You won't stop. I just spent a year in Nigeria. I traveled on the 28th of November 2021 and I returned back on the 12th of October, right? That's about a year. Okay, now, all the time I spent in Nigeria, this is not my longest stay in Nigeria. The last time I spent a year and 3 months. My experience is that every problem in Nigeria today is all of us, including myself. Why am I including myself? Let me judge myself first. During the time of West City, the queue is long, like it might never get to your turn forever. Do you know what happened? The petrol salesmen or whatever they call themselves, they look at you. They look at the kind of car you drive. They look how you dress. They approach you. They came to me. Good morning, sir. You go take for here because the people who dey front, they don't dey enough for the past 2 days. But I can help you, sir. I can help you pass everybody, make you come inside, maybe buy fuel. But now waiting with the charge, now be this. I will beg God to forgive me for my sin because I accepted. In most cases, I'm confessing to you right now. The reason why Nigeria cannot work is because of you and I. Nobody is excluded. In most cases, they look at your car, what you offer, then you get there, before you spend 10 minutes, you don't get petrol. The commoners are there for the past 48 hours. They're not going to get fuel. They go there, sleep inside car. The same way a police officer will stop you, you will not stop. Then they will pursue you. In most cases, they start shooting because they don't know why you are running. They don't know what you are hiding. Last May already know that you won't stop. That's why they find a way to jump in your car and start dragging the steering with you. Now, let's go to the normal citizens. No, let's go to the official men. Right from time, these people have not demonstrated a spirit of professionalism. Why? Because bribery have destroyed most of their sectors. If we have to talk about this, trust me, we are going to sleep here. Every problem that you and I are facing today in Nigeria is all of us, not be one person. We shouldn't blame the police or last May. They behave like animals. Yes, I agree. Why are they behaving like animals? Because if they stop you in a professional manner, you won't stop. They have to carry knives, carry everything, drum, hit your car before you stop. Normally, in a developed country, it's not nice. But what do? That is why I started from those of us that live abroad. 70% on my own statistic of those of us that live abroad, when we get to Nigeria, we don't follow rules anymore. We behave like animals. I've seen it. I've been to occasions when I see people that came from abroad, how they behave. So if we want the narrative to be changed, we must start working on ourselves. If not, we are not going anywhere. Don't say why they talk. Thank you very much. I wanted to add to that. Back to you, Ima.
All right, Mr. Niger, thank you for chipping that in. All right, Mr. Machiavelli, let's go on with you, please.
Well, thank you very much, my brother, Mr. Niger Works. Thank you so much, Mr. Zima, for still giving me the opportunity. Well, I have to quickly touch on that. Mr. Niger Works is right. We're going to look at it in a coin of two sides. Right. I said it before. A lot of us we are going to change the nation if we are also going to change. But I'm going to blame the citizen 40-70. So the citizen gets 40% and the state or the government gets 70%. You ask me why. We start from the citizen. They actually do not want to obey the law, because what made them not to obey the law is because of what has been put in place. When I always tell you that the foundation is wrong, and who caused it? It's the government. So if the citizen wanted to change, they need to be putting things in order. You have been outside the country, you need to obey laws, and you know that these things are not going to be good. Now, when it comes to the government side, they have failed in all ramification. You are talking about the last man. The last man, what is last man? This was something created to enrich the Agberos based on what they have put on ground as a negotiating process for their electoral malpractices or electoral coming into office by these same people who have been in government position today. It's a way of a thank you position. This has not been recognized. The reason being that all these things you are seeing is, one, these people are not properly trained. They don't even know what they're doing. Now, if you look at the last man, what is the function of the last man? They are gradually taking over from the road safety, which is known as the Federal Road Safety Commission, FRSCN, that we have known that always controls traffic. Then you still have the work of the traffic warden. It's a sector of the Nigerian police force who operates in make sure that traffics are there. But do we still have them? They have completely wiped them out of the society because they believe that they are not useful. But today, the FRSCN works, the traffic warden, which is the section of the police work, and they are still receiving their salaries, but they are not being seen in the society anymore. Now, what is this last man doing? These last men were giving, like I told you, these politicians use it to give them as a thank you. This is a work they do. So are they properly giving what a road safety lectures are? They don't know. Some of them don't even know what road safety means. They don't even know. You are dragging a steering. Even if the driver is expected to run, you have to call the police. The police is not the person that is going to now play the siren to make sure that the road is safe, for them to be able to apprehend whoever is breaking the law. It is not your duty to put the driver in danger and also endangering yourself, also endangering the people who are also pedestrians. There might be kids crossing the road or anybody, blind person. They do not understand all these things. So are these people given the instrument to do their job? The answer is no. Were they properly implemented? The answer is no. It's all rubbish. So we blame everything to the government. But for the citizens themselves, you see a road that it says one way. I'm not going to still blame them again because most of these roads, they don't even have signs. So how will you not arrest me for breaking the law when you don't have a sign? Because if you come to the court of law, I would defend that. I didn't know it was a one-way road because there's no signs even there. Even if I knew it's a one-way road, I can defend myself in the court of law. But the point is the country, the society, our government, they has failed us. And this is why we need to rebuild it and say we have to come from the foundation. So that is based on that. So for everybody to know, laws are rules of action established by an authority, which is a state or a country. So it must be respected as it is embedded in the constitution of every country. So that is just put aside. Then we come to the issue of Inec. Like you said, you were just telling us that the Inec said they are now, it's getting tough because most of their offices is covered by flood. Now, let me take your mind back to about a month ago, even when the flood started. It was 3 weeks ago, I guess, when we're talking about Inec chairman being put into pressure. They were denying it, but here is the reality now. But what is Inec telling you, the citizen? You have to be very sensible here. Is there a way that these guys wants to rig the election? Now you said PVCs are out. So those people there now, you are going to deny them of their franchise. So there is no way you are going to give them their electoral card. There's no way. So that is what you are telling them. 2, We don't even know if election is going to take place there, because now the offices are flooded, all the paperwork may be flooded, and all the PVCs. So for you to get this thing into place, it's going to take months, and we are not even talking about 3 months. So because there's nothing on the computer that they have saved, we don't know. So that is another thing. Why is all the political parties not coming out to say, no, we need this thing to be given to these people? It is their right, it's their franchise. And also the citizen, protesting to each INEC office to make sure that they have their polling card. They must have it within time. But there's nothing there. And even the government are not even trying to make sure that this thing is given. But this is the same administration who went to the United Nations to tell you that he was going to deliver a free and fair election. So you see that everything is already taking shape. What are you guys cooking? We already know. Like I told you, I am not here to take their indoctrination, but I'm here to lecture them. Whichever statement they are bringing, we'll interpret it and we'll give it to them back. That the citizens are already aware of what you are cooking. Let's leave that. Then on the second one, you talk about these 2 boys that were being, that are going to be getting 20 lashes of cane because they criticize a governor who is not doing his job. He was sleeping. Now, first of all, why would they make such video? Because this is a governor who's supposed to be working and he's sleeping on the line of duty. So he's failed his citizen. So the citizens are now criticizing him. So under the Nigerian constitution, that is, you have deprived these people of their fundamental right to freedom of expression. I think it's section 40 in the Nigerian constitution that spells out the fundamental right of every given citizen in a given political system. So now you have not told these people, they didn't kill anyone, nothing. You actually just criticized them and you took them to a judicial court, which we don't know if it's actually a judicial court under the same constitution. And it's now finding these people guilty of defaming, their own government, who they elect to serve them, who is their employee. They are the employer. You are not punishing them for that. That is totally wrong. If they don't understand it, our government, what are they doing? I am not surprised, because you can see from the all presidential candidate, they have kept mute on why these people are being beaten on their own right. They keep mute on it. They don't want to speak about it. Are you going to talk about the PDP presidential candidate who said that the North does not need the South? It is only the North that need the North and can able to govern people in the South. This is totally wrong. So the Deborah's case, he kept mute, he posted the link and they threatened him, he quickly removed it. So these people are not truthful. And are you going to talk about the APC one? Which does not even believe on Nigerian equality. Anyway, he does not even believe that the Nigerian themselves can vote anybody and they can elect whoever they want. It's his turn. Emilio Con. And I was the one who put Buhari. So it's all dictatorship. And guess what? The very funny part of it, the same Ganduje you are telling now that he was sleeping on duty. This is the same Ganduje who is also in his campaign, personnel that he has lined up to speak to Nigerians on how they are going to govern a nation. That is an example of how a failed state can be and a failed governance can be. And this is the same person you are putting on the campaign trail to talk to Nigerians. Are you educating Nigerians or you are indoctrinating them? I think you already seen the word when I say indoctrination. You are already getting the whole picture now. So these people cannot be credible. You don't even have time to be talking to them. They don't even have anything to offer you as Nigerians. It's just very painful that we'll continue to see this kind of people coming into our system and we are giving them opportunity. We give them opportunity because we clap for them. Because somebody like me, who has always seen myself as, the injustice being meant on me by the Nigerian state, I'm not happy about that. So this is why they kind of disenfranchise you, especially those of us who live outside Nigeria, that they don't want us to vote. If they actually mean well, They should be putting it to us because we are also Nigerians just like them. You see, they don't want you to see that. So the only way for us to do is to go back to the drawing board. Like I always tell you, how did we get here? Who did this to us? How are we going to, cohabit ourselves to say, let us fight these people and fight a common enemy and get back the dividends of democracy, which they have just stolen from us right now. You can see it. Then you talk about the threat that the international communities are sending. The Nigerians are divided. Yes, we are divided. Like I tell you, it's still a coin of two sides. Do I believe the international community on one side is a 50-50 game? Because if your house is not together, nobody will infiltrate you. Because of the negligence, you don't have trained personnel that can easily interpret an intel given to you, whether it is false or real. So this is what you are going to see. You cannot blame the international community. What is the Nigerian state like? Are we eating chocolate, or are we celebrating hallelujah, or we are dying in pains? We are dying in pains. So what do you expect? If something like this, an intel is coming like this, some of the Nigerians are going to believe it. I'm going to believe it because anything that happened in Nigeria, you can never doubt it because it can happen at anywhere. If you were not taking the intel serious, why were you securing the country then? This is the thing. You are supposed to be giving intel. Have Nigeria give intel to common Benin Republic here and say, oh, man, I not worry you. Somebody they come on. Have you heard? But these are the people that are giving us. And we are already seeing the reality on ground. Why are you going to blame these people? I'm not going to blame them. Yeah? Sorry.
Yeah, please round off your submission.
Yes. The whole thing is I'm not going to blame anyone. If you want to have a peaceful atmosphere for anybody not to infiltrate, then secure your nation by yourself. Put in personnel that are highly skilled, that know how to deal with these things, so that we have an effective government, not these shambles you are giving us, that we keep on crying every day. Everything that comes out from the newspaper is always negative. So all I urge Nigerians to do is not to listen to these people. Come 2023, let's vote Mama, Papa, Peking, because these people has nothing to offer Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Machiavelli, for that submission. If you're just joining us, I know we're having a good time on this broadcast. Please like the broadcast if you are yet to, and do well to share this broadcast. Invite someone and share this broadcast, please. Thank you very much. We have Mr. Vine Maxwell here. Mr. Vine Maxwell, it's been forever. How have you been?
Thank you so much, Sister Ma, and I'm so sorry for the long absence. And I am greeting my co-panelist, Niger Watch. Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Sister Ma. Good morning to those that are watching us and those in the comment section. You see, nobody should make any excuse for the Nigerian government. One thing is sure, Nigerian government knows what is going on in Nigeria. They have the intels. How did they got the intel of infiltration when I was in Liberia? Mercenaries that were put mercenaries that were loaded in a container ship that ECOMOG intercepted. How did they got the intel that a Ukrainian ship was bringing ammunitions, armaments, accoutrements to the rebels, a ship they call Sea Rose in Liberia? How did they got the intel? Do you want to tell me that Nigeria of today doesn't have any intel or processing machines that can look into these intels? I served in that, in that organization before, especially in the army and the intelligence side. They have everything with it. They are watching it as we speak. They can, but the only thing is that they are colluding, and this thing that is happening is of their own interest. This is what I will tell you today. I do not know whether most of you listen to Al Mustafa in Rudolph's program. You will see these things that are happening has been there a long time ago. The intelligence are there, gathering dust. Nobody is.
Sorry, Mr. Vineman. Sorry, Mr. Vineman. I will listen to that man every day. If I was Obi, I'll make him my defense minister.
But he is also culpable of most of the things that happened. When Abacha was going to Abuja, Abacha during the time was going to Lagos to visit Buba Marwa during Easter Salah time. Do you know how the bomb exploded on the airport runways? Were the people, the culprit, arrested? You see, there are so many things that happen. The killings that went on that time. You see, anyway, let's just. I am telling you that what is happening in Nigeria, they know everything that is happening. It is of their own interest that things should go that way. That is why they are dragging their feet in taking care of this, security situation in that country. I don't blame the international community or whosoever that is coming to give, security alert warnings to their citizens. If you fail to protect Kuje, terrorists enter into Kuje, free terrorists. As we speak, as they were playing a qualifying series for the World Cup in Abuja, Kaduna train stations was heavily attacked, was under serious attack. The people has not been arrested today. And all of us know the terrain of the northern region, how that place is. How do you want to tell me that people will hide under desert trees that you cannot see them, even with little area surveillance? And we are making excuses for these people. They know what they are doing. They have refused to protect Nigerians and the country. That is why you see what is going on there. I will not have no excuse for them, because I was there and I know what we could do to take care of all these things. I told you before, if these same people will go to Yugoslavia unprovoked and keep peace over there and perform so well, what makes you? In Liberia, Sierra Leone, in Sudan, some of them went to Lebanon in 80s. Some went to Congo. What makes you feel that at this time and age that they don't have what it takes to take care of this things? They are staying hands on the security issue. That apart. Ganduje, you see, my people, I am not surprised with what happened to those two TikTokers in Kano. You see, this thing has been there, is a tradition in the north, where the top echelon, or the echelon of the elitist group on the top can never make any wrong, can never commit. And even if they commit, nothing comes out of it because they are on top there. The only place you see these laws working, both the Sharia and the rest, is those people at the lower bar. That is why you see what is going on. You can bear with me or remember when they were cutting people's hands because they stole goat. When you stole the rate at which, the level at which they can cut your arms would depends on what you stole. According to Sharia law, if you steal fowl, they will cut from your wrist. If you steal cow, they will cut from your elbow. That is there long time ago. And these people are enduring it. That is why they cannot speak. When their elders speak, they cannot challenge them. And when they try to challenge them, they pin them just like they did this one. It is open. So I do not know where in a country where you practice a different law in the other side and a different law in the other side. Why all this thing happening? So people cannot even have a say of what is happening. The man in question was involved in collecting bribe, dollar, that gave him the name Gandola. Who prosecuted him? Who prosecuted him? Even the media just glossed over it. But he has the right now, the temerity to even whip people because they just make some kind of skit about him in the social media. That is unacceptable. And it is high time these people in the north begin to speak out so that their counterparts in the south will begin to support them. But if they cannot speak out, then what will you do for them? I have not seen a country where they practice two laws, Sharia law in this very place and this. Remember the time a lady went to Foreign Affairs Ministry wearing trouser, jeans trouser, and a t-shirt, a top. She was sent back. The video is there for us to see. You want to practice, Sharia law? Remember that there are other people that are not, Muslims, that have nothing to do with your Sharia law. How do you deal with such people? Or because are they going to treat them simply because they found themselves in your area, then you treat them just as if they are, Muslims? That is unacceptable in a country like Nigeria. That is why I'm telling you that Nigeria, southern and the northern part of Nigeria is on a parallel line. They can never meet with most of this thing that is happening. I thought by now, day and age, people will now see themselves away from all this kind of old-fashioned or barbaric or religious way of thinking. Yet it keeps happening, and people here will talk about it, but over there, is it not the judge that passed the sentence on him? What kind of judge is that? Sister, I am just worried about on what is going on in that country. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vine Maxwell. It's always good to have you on the broadcast. A big thank you to each and every one of you following this broadcast. I say a big thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. I hope you have taken out time to like this broadcast. If you haven't, I beg, take out time to like this broadcast, share, invite somebody. Talk to somebody about Nigeria Watch, Mr. Goluwa Galaditi. Good morning to you too. How you doing? It's good to have you on this broadcast. And also do well to support us. I don't know. Did Mr. Nigeria take away the dollar sign on there? But if you can see the dollar sign to the right on the comment section, let me know. I want to be sure that you people are seeing it. All right, but please take out time to support us. Please. Thank you very much. And thank you to. Yes, sir.
Brother Nice, I wanted to reply Mr. Nigeria Watch for what he said.
Okay, give me a minute. I'll come to you.
All right.
All right. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome to Niger Watch. Do well to welcome. This is an unbiased media platform. Give us a try, and you'll be very convinced that we are unbiased over here. Do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on your notification bell. Yes, we bring premium content every day. We are here every day. So there's no dull moments. There's no slacking with us. We bring it to you guys as it is hot. So do well to turn on your notification bell if you are yet to. Please. Thank you very much. To my amazing panelists, I say big thank you. You guys are the MVP. I say thank you very much. And to those on the chat, Boluwa Galaditi, it's good to have you. Bosse Adebayo, thank you for joining us. Bella Naomi, thank you. Kingsley, big shout out to you. Thank you for being on here today. Thank you very much. We have Okena Temple, Okena. It's good to have you on this broadcast. Thank you. Esosa, it's been a while. Thank you for being here. Osagova, I hope your day is going just fine. Michael, it's good to have you on this broadcast. Mr. Kennedy himself is on here. The barrister. Oziegbe Wilfred, thank you for being here. Thank you to each and every one of you. And of course, our dearest mommy diaspora, thank you for being here. To my panelists, this is where you give your final submission. So please make good use of it. But nice, let's go.
Yeah, Missima, please, my own, I just, I need just 3 minutes or 4, please. First of all, for what Mr. Najawa said, Najawa, you were right for what you said. But the reason why I still give the blame to our government is because when you don't give a conducive environment for your people, what do you want your people to do? That is the question. Everybody will behave anyhow. When the country is tough for everyone. It's not easy for anybody. You understand? And the people that are supposed to bring sanity, those are the people now that is causing this rascality on uniform. This police and last man, are militaries. Just in this country, about one month ago, you know what happened? This same thing that I'm telling you now is what happened here. A police stopped this thing. Some people that were driving. These people refused to cooperate. Then they chase those people, those police, and those people get accident. You know what happened? Those police that chased them, they were arrested. They were detained. Those police that make those people now that did not cooperate, those police that make them have accidents, those police were arrested for what they did. That kind of thing can never happen in Africa. So for you to put the life of, because they value life of people, the life of human is sacred. You cannot, because of 20 naira, put people on chase. Then if those people now have accident and die, they will say, oh, it's their fault. But you forget that life that has gone, you cannot resurrect that life anymore. If they did not cooperate, don't put them on chase. You can call the police, as Machiavelli said. The other police, they will chase them and get them arrested. Instead of you jumping into the car, driving, dragging this thing, steering with people. What if those people have accidents? You know, those are the problem we have in Africa. That is why I was saying it. The government, they are behaving like mad people. So the government that's supposed to put the people they are leading in the right track, they are the one that is leading people in the wrong track. So what do you think the people will do? The people will follow suit. You know, so all those chaos that is happening in Africa is our government that is causing all those chaos. That's just the truth. Because their brain is empty. Their brain is not working. Our leaders, we just elect empty brain. That's why they have time to, the money that we use to develop a nation, they will go and dig it inside ground. They will die and leave that money there. At the end of the day, if they are sick, they will come to Western world, where those people spend their time, spend their resources to develop their country. They'll come and take treatment. Anytime where I go see the Tinubu for this island, any of our politicians, what me and my friends go do to them?
Brother Nice.
Yes.
Sorry to interject. America now, I think they are phasing out old, the old dollar bills. So I think they are going to eat it in their houses. Those money that they pack in dollar terms, where they are packing their houses, dig hole, put them, some say put air condition, they cool them. Like the one in Kaduna, they cool them, then they will eat it this time around.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. But thank you for your submission. All right, thank you for your submission, Brother Nice. This comment is by Kingsley. It says, in a lawless country like Nigeria, that's what you get. You know, I've had to even go back to the dictionary to even look what the job of the government. And yeah, by Encyclopedia says governments are responsible for providing services that individuals cannot effectively provide for themselves, such as military defense, fire and police departments, roads, education. I mean, we know these basic things that the government are supposed to provide and put in place. I mean, ideally, if you leave humans, I don't think people want to be governed or have a law. People want to have their way, beat corners and all of that. I think it's the place of the government to put these things. These things are already there, it's to implement it. And of course, we see, at the end of the day, we are all Nigerians and we are all the problem. Maybe if we, they have nothing on us, maybe then they will know that, we don't have a reason to bribe and all of that, and all of that will stop. But then again, we are talking about mindset. Yes, the wickedness. I read here some months back how, okay, when we had that incident of where people's cars were given out, were seized, and I've forgotten what that process is called. And we had people who cried because that was their source of livelihood and they couldn't let go of that, and they just thought that was too hard. Thank you very much. To auction their cars and all of that. Now, you know that there's a place in Yara. A lot of people are or people that are familiar with that route, they know that these last mile guys with police, they go to take off signage. They go to take off street signs from places where they should be. So you are passing one way, you don't get to see the sign, and nobody says nothing to you till you get that. That is the kind of mentality that we are talking about. That kind of mindset that you just want to rip from this person, you don't want to help. If you also go and check out the functions of FRSC, you will see to help, to guide, to direct. We know they guide and direct anything. You people don't guide and direct. And police, why is police, if this car has not been reported stolen, why is police searching people's cars? So people are not even doing their job. So you see police trying to stop you, like, okay, but it's not your job. Asking me for papers and all of that. You pass FRSC, they will ask you for that. You pass, okay, LASMA does not ask you. Sometimes LASMA will even ask you. Then you are coming, you see VIO is asking you their own. You are going, and it remains for, is it neighborhood watch? Those new set of people wearing uniform. They're the ones that are yet to start asking questions like. But at the end of the day, we are all Nigerians. So if we are saying the place is corrupt, if we are saying we are not being, it's us. It's us. I mean, it's us. It's us. It's the same.
But the most percentage. Sorry, Mrs. Ima, to interject you. The most percentage is the government. That is why I put that thing. A law. When the government has an effective law in a political system and you break it, that is a different ball game. The people has to educate themselves on how we can transform ourselves now to move advanced. Other than that, these people right there will also be breaking your rules, and they will also be breaking your rights, because that is what they've done. They've used intimidation, all sort of tactics now to break. How can you say you are a last man in a state whereby a pedestrian is still running after Molue? Is that not dangerous? So why are they not tackling that? You see, these are people who does not read, who does not think. How can a pedestrian, you'll be still running after Molue? You are endangering yourself. You are endangering the people in the car. You are endangering also the people using the road. Why are they not tackling that? And this is the same place where All Progressive Congress, what's it called, presidential candidate, you say he built. So you build your own place with oligarchs, and your people are still running after Molue. And you say you build it, Abi? See, we need to change, all of us, starting from them. They must put effective laws. And now we now have CCTV. Put this CCTV in, let us see who is wrong and who is right. They don't want to put it because that is where they make money. So if they put this thing in, they will there's nothing like going to be like LASMA. I don't know if you understand. So all these, they are little errand men and women, they will not have a job. So there's nothing to say, I thank you very much with. So you see that these are the measures we need to tackle. And the reason why Nigerians must vote well to deliver the dividend. You've just read the rules and what the functions of the FRSCN and the police, the traffic code. The police will be doing the function of the traffic code. The traffic code will be doing the function of the police, because they don't understand nothing. There's no proper training. If there's a proper training, you don't need to come and tell me that there's a road sign here. Why you think?
I don't think it's a case of no proper training. I think that is what they are trained to do. Now, we see they
Exactly.
train them.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Mrs. Ima, because you said it. You said it just now. You said it just now that a LASMA, the manager of a LASMA or whoever is commanding them, or the commanding officer, is telling them the target. So if you're giving an officer a target, it means that they must actually have to go and past the boundary to actually deliver. You see, this thing has been a problem also in the West. At one time, for those of you who live in the UK, there was one time the police watchdog actually checked that most of these police were being given the target. The police watchdog checked it, and they found that there was something not right in the system. They needed to correct that immediately, because it was already having the pressure, because the amount of the black children that has been set was increasing. So they actually went and checked what was the reason for that. And you can see that there was that percentage whereby they are being given target on what to do. So they actually went past the boundary to implement, laws that were not really actually meant to be, maybe stopping people the way they like, or try to think me, because they are police. So all these things all these are things that we need to review again. That is why I said we need to visit back the foundation, because the foundation totally is wrong in all ramification. You cannot talk in talk about any sector of the Nigerian economy that is not wrong. So we need to go back to the drawing board. And that is why we must vote wisely. Because if we put the right people there who don't really know what they are doing, all these things are going to be corrected within the twinkle of an eye. So that's my submission. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Machiavelli. Thank you for your submission. This is from Mommy Diaspora. She says, we have so much wrong to make right in our system. Do you know the police in Oyiboland have a way of getting all your details in their car by just putting in the license number of your car? I mean,
Yes.
These are the kind of things I'm talking about. The old barbaric, with this barbaric way of treating people and no care for loss of life and all of that. I mean, people go to get their plate numbers. Mr. Machiavelli, there are ways to do this.
You see what Mommy Diaspora put there? That is a clear example of why these people will not want us to move forward. The reason being, let's say all the Nigerian police in their car. Do you know that in every countries of the world, you can have one policeman to guard the whole of, let me say, Egbeda? One policewoman or one policeman with his car with everything. He has everything inside his car. If he drives close to you with your plate number, he can actually put it in his computer there. He knows where you live, what you do, how you bought the car. If he has insurance, if he does not have insurance, he or she knows it. Then that is when they will now, if they see that something is not right from that your plate number, you see them, they don't even blow siren the way we blow siren. They will just put the siren on. This to tell the incoming vehicle that there's an emergency. You need to slow down because I need to attend to somebody. Very, very, there's no like smart that go to the, what do they do? Very arrogant. Why can't we implement that? The reason they cannot implement that, because this is where they use this thing to maintain that status quo, to maintain their position, so that they can always give these errand boys and no worry, you will be chairman for motor park. You'll be chair. Okay, now tell me, what is the duty of the NUT ROW in Lagos State? What is their duty? Tell me. But they collect money as if it's water. What are you using it for? Look at the roads in Lagos State. Bad as anything. This was supposed to be somebody he said he created, and this was supposed to be the first capital of Nigeria before we had Abuja, and people don't know. So bad, potholes everywhere. Go to Mushin or go to all those Egbeda area or Yanopaja area, and this is the so he always talk about those Ekpe. That is where you can see nice road. It's very rare, very rare. So all this money you are collecting are they going back into the system to attend to the road, to do this? No, it's not. So that is why everybody will always have target. Target will be there. This one will say, yeah, I'm throwing for target, because they want to use it to increase their own position. It's not for anything's sake. But I feel that we, the Nigerians, what we need to do now, all of us who have been outside the country, we've learned a lot. This is why I keep saying, why don't you use what you have learned to educate these people that you are not going to take their indoctrination anymore? Because this is indoctrination. You're indoctrinating the citizen to say, go and do this. We have a target. So if we continue like this in the next generation, let's just forget about it. The same thing went to our intel. Mr. Van Maswell, who is a veteran, who I salute as well, to serve the Nigerian, and he's telling you how it was being done. Actually, the first time when we're talking, I told you here, if we were a giant of Africa and we went to peacekeeping action in Sierra Leone and in Liberia, and we won, and we actually secured the nation for them. So what happened to Boko Haram and Bandit? They have become an abandoned project. You need to start thinking about that yourself. What happened? Because I remember most of my uncles who were also military veterans, they actually went there, and I saw it with my two naked eyes, how they came back. And they told us what they were doing, how they secured these nations. So why are we now having bandits roaming around the streets like that of the Bermuda Triangle? With nobody to trace. The Kaduna attack, these people trek into forest. They didn't went through. There was nothing like a motor car they went through. They trekked to. and we were not able to trace them. But you ask everybody, all Nigerians, to have their ININ, that you want to use it to, so which means it was not working. Those things are total fallacy. What is the effect of anything you are putting into the system? It's not working. That is why you see they are borrowing money. You keep borrowing money, but it's not having an effect in the economy itself. Now we then need to go and pay back this borrow. Who is to pay? These people are already getting old. It means it's you and I. This is why I'm crying, because I cannot invent and put my generation again to go and pay for something they did not even know how it came about. I don't know if you understand. So we must checkmate these people and we must put them in place. We must tell them that this thing, before you go and borrow money, what were the terms and conditions that was applied to it? Because we want to know.
All right, Mr. Machiavelli.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Let's move on to Mr. Van Maxwell. Mr. Van Maxwell, let's have your final submission in 2 minutes, please.
Thank you so much, Sister Emma. When you have government that is coming out in this 21st century to tell you that you should go and begin to look for cattle routes, reviving cattle routes that were there in the 50s, 40s, 60s, this is what you will get. Your country is good depending on the people you put in there. If you put in a visionless group of people, this is what you are going to get. Once they don't have the vision to articulate and they bring out good policies that are supposed to guide the country, that country will be in a mess. Already they are in a mess. Then the people will be in a disarray. So that is how it is. The present government that you have in that country has brought more division and hate among the people. Still implementing and upholding the notion that a particular ethnic group has the right over the rest, can lord themselves over the rest of the people, irrespective of where they come from. That is the problem. That is what is going on. The agitation you see left, right, and center is because of this, primordial, sentiments of we own what you don't own. That is the problem. And that is why I tell you today that when you come to the matter of security, we must ask the government, we must ask the federal government. All the security of a state of Nigeria is vested in the hands of the federal government, and they have the resources to take care of it. I would have loved in a situation where you can be seeing CCTVs mounted in major cities all over Nigeria with the resources that you have in that country. But it cannot work. What is obtainable in other same clients is not obtainable in Nigeria. People chasing vehicles, people, security men chasing vehicles, some climbing on top of it. Yes, it happens all over, especially in Africa. But why is it notorious in Nigeria? Because there is total confusion from the top to bottom. It's poor. So that is how it is. I just hope that one day, if you believe that you can get it right, then glory be to God. But if you can't, my own is let everybody go their way, because the way it is, I don't think there will be any peace in that country. Instead of you to see peace, you will see all kinds of manner of things going on in that country. Thank you, my sister.
We choose to be helpful, and we choose to stay helpful, Mr. Vine, and we implore that you wish us the very best as we go through this time as a nation. Thank you very much.
It is only, Sister Emma, it is only heaven. They say heaven help those who help themselves. In a situation where you have flawed foundations, it can never work.
Ourselves, as you can see, Nigerians came out in millions to register for their PVC. So yes, you can.
I think previously in the south where they registered, I think I heard on the news that 40% of those registrations have gone bad. It's on the news. So who is going to vote? 40%. In the north is 17%, but in the south is 40%. What are the people that are going to vote right now?
Well,
Sistema, the system is very, very bad. The system is bad.
We will try to understand the whole scenario because Inec coming out now to say 20 buildings and the equipment. Well, let's hope that that does not affect the validity of people's votes and voters card. Well, let's see how all of this unfolds. To them, we can't as much as say, but we choose to stay hopeful as a nation. As a nation, we will get this right. We will do this well. We will do this well. This will not be the end of Nigeria. It won't. All right, Mr. Vine, thank you very much. We'll move on to Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins, thanks for coming into this broadcast. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, Systema. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir. Welcome to the broadcast. Let's get the reaction.
I just joined. I'm just coming back from work not long ago, so I'm I have to jump into. I just listened to the last speaker, Brother Mas, so I want to get the whole content, I don't really get the whole content.
Okay, so two young men from Kano State, that they're TikTokers. They made a video and posted on TikTok about their governor Ganduje. They said he sleeps a lot. Their governor sleeps a lot, and they also said that he's into the habit of selling people's land. Any land he sets his eyes on, he keeps it for. That's what they said. It's either he keeps it for himself or he will sell it off and take a profit, So it's either you're willing to share. It's either you're willing to share or it takes everything. Ganduje. Hey, all right. So that's what they said, and the magistrate court sentenced them to 20 strokes of the cane.
My God.
And to wash and sweep the court yard for 30 days. That's a month, and they should also pay a fine of 10,000 naira each.
Wow. Honestly, for me, that is bad. Are we in different country, or are we in the same country? Are we sharing the same country with them? Because I don't think where we come from, things like that will happen. If everybody have a right, because this is freedom of speech, you have a right to condemn things. If you feel like this is not right, you have every right to call it out or to condemn it. So them speaking about the injustice that they receive from their government, I don't see any punishment. Even that shouldn't be applied, and even being in court. Even if that happened to be in court should rule for them. Supposed to stand with them because they have right to say whatever they want to say because they are not killing anybody. They just air their view on what they see that is not right. And if you find out all those things, you will now find out there is a truth in everything they are saying. The governor have been doing the same. We know that. Is it not the same governor that have been collecting money that caught on video? Those are the things. So, and nobody question. And you see something like that will happen. When things like this happen, we should be speaking against it because who knows who is going to happen tomorrow. So we don't allow all this government to begin to take power, as in they have power, they can punish whoever they think that they feel like they can punish. So when we see something like this, we should condemn it. We should speak against it because it's not even done. Even at this 21st century, we shouldn't be hearing such a thing. You understand? So in another part of the country, part of the world, people insult even their president, their ministers. People insult them in every kinds of the way. So it's just in Nigeria, we just allow things to just go like that. For me, it's not even that thing should even the person that is charged in the court should be arrested. Him should be arrested. If Nigeria is where things are being happened, he should be arrested. Other things I want to talk about is the Minister of Finance. I'm hearing news that the House want her to resign. I think that's a welcome idea if that will happen. But I know such a thing will not happen because remember when senators give that Buhari should resign this if Buhari could not meet up the what Nigeria asked for. But today Buhari is still the president of Nigeria. So I think they're just ranting because they will just come and rant, but they won't put it into practice. So because of the woman, the way he be sharing for her to exclude Bayelsa, where the whole thing is happening, then you now sharing the whole thing, and we don't know the state you have been giving money, but you didn't give Bayelsa where the whole thing is being happening. I think it's injustice. So the woman should do herself favor and resign. But in Nigeria, we don't resign. Even when we are sick, even when we are at the point of death, we don't resign. That is African for you. So I think those are the two things I know about. I don't know any other thing. About the mother, I can't be able to, my side when it comes to that news. So I don't care whatever happened there. so it's not my business. So if there's any other thing I couldn't be able to remember, you can enlighten me more. Hello?
I think we've touched as much as, and moreover, we are running out
Okay,
of time.
okay. Thank you so much. At least thank you for giving me the opportunity. You understand?
You're
Thank you so
always
much.
welcome. You're always
Yeah.
welcome, Mr. Collins. Thank you very much. This is by Bella Naomi. She
Do have
says,
a nice
step
day.
by step. All right, you too, sir. She says, step by step, we will get there. And I want each and every one of us to hold on to this very wise and true words of Bella Naomi. That step by step, we will put them there. We'll put the right people in place. Please, Nigerians, I beg, I beg. Now beg, I dey beg you now. I beg. I know you two are begging me, but I beg, make we beg ourselves. Let's do right. Let's do right. Let's stop this barbaric way of life. How are we going to be in our own home and we are behaving like hooligans? We are behaving like, and every all of us, we are traveling. We all travel out. We all behave well when we travel. When we come back home, we treat the country like trash. So please, let's put our act right. If you know that you don't have your car papers, documents. Okay, I probably should not be saying that one and be asking for forgiveness like Mr. Niger. I probably should not be saying that one, but let's just do right, okay? Let's do right as citizens. Yes, please, let's do right. This is for those home and abroad. Let's put our acts right. And this is by Bosse Adebayo says, does their Sharia laws believe in freedom of speech? They wanted Sharia law in Kano, so let them enjoy the benefits of Sharia laws. But how come we have two laws in the land in one country? One country. How is it? So how we supposed, and when that's why there's a huge difference when you see in Northern and when you see a southerner, or I don't know, but this story, and I mean, we probably should be having this conversation very very soon on having two laws. Yeah, on having two laws. All right, thank you to each and every one of you. It's been a moment on our newspaper review. Thank you so very much. You, each and every one of you, has been so amazing. Hopefully, this is going to be our last comment. This is from Mommy Diaspora. Says this election is a battle for survival. No retreat, no surrender. It is our collective responsibility to get it right come 2023. It is an affliction we are going through. Nigeria, we have suffered enough. Thank you very much for those very wise words, Mommy Diaspora. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, that's definitely not the last one I'll be taking as the comments keep coming in. This is from Madam Bosse. Says, politicians are only there for 4 to 8 years, but Nigerians are there forever. If the citizens do the things right, Nigeria will be well. Yes, Madam Bosse, you don't talk and finish. You don't talk and finish. Thank you very much. All right. Mr. Michael, I don't know. That your question. I don't know. They won't. That's what I'm saying. They won't have a choice, but they'll just have to, because they'll have nothing on us. Like if you do right, you go. You drive with your papers complete. That's even if it is police. Anybody that stops you, you stop. You give them. Nobody will put that harm. Nobody. There'll be the corruption, bribery, all these things. It will begin. It will begin to to reduce, because they will see the efforts that we are putting into it. Yeah, so I think I know I've not answered your question. Okay, so Michael is asking, when you do right and your government do wrong, how do you balance that? We're having this newspaper review tomorrow, so let's see tomorrow. I'll come ready with an answers. All right, Nigerians, as Madam Bosse rightly said, our politicians, they have 4 or 8 years at most to run the country. But we, Nigerians, we are the ones there. So let's do right so that Nigeria go better. Thank you very much. Thank you for today. Thank you to each and every one of you. Please do well to join us every day, Monday through to Saturday. By what time again do we come out, guys? By 10 a.m. Nigerian time, we are here for our newspaper review. Monday to Saturday, we have the chat. Mondays and Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Nigerian time. That means we'll be here tomorrow by 1 p.m. Nigerian time. And we have the show with lovely catchy Monday to Thursday. We have our discussions by 5 p.m. Nigerian time. We have the debate. That one I see the hot. We don't miss the debate for nothing. Debate is every Friday, 6 p.m. We have the show with leftists. And then you just can never tell. Like the governor of Bauchi State has told what's his name, Atiku, that he will deal with him if he doesn't apologize to him openly. What was his offense? For sidelining him and contesting against him in the primaries. These politicians, they go deal all right. So you see, just turn on your notification bell so that you get notified every time we come online, because this ones, some of the presidential candidates that we have, they are dramatic. They are, different things are just happening. So do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are yet to, and please turn on your notification bell. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bella Naomi. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kingsley. Thank you, Mommy Diaspora. I'm sorry we have to go already. Okay. See you tomorrow, please. Let's talk later this evening by 5 p.m. We'll all be here on this broadcast until I come your way again. Yes, you remember my name is Ima, right? All right. So I'll see you tomorrow. Stay well, stay safe, and bye for now. Yeah, bye for now. Bye-bye.